This is your writer, Anthony L. Kelly, right here. Check it out. These are my books. Mac, Jaja, book, Sunshine. And this is my first book published, Saving Miss Caroline. And this is my latest, El Manic. Go check this book out, man. This is a nod at hip-hop on its 50th anniversary. This is a nod to one of the illest MCs to ever do it, Nasir Jones. This is me shedding the light on mental illness. I'll leave all the links in the description box. Salute to everybody who's ever supported me, man. Y'all go support your boy, Anthony L. Kelly. Check till next time. I'm out.
Trolls.
Yep.
Anyway, man, did you see your boy? What's my boy's name? Troy Ave.
Yeah, I seen him.
Now, Troy Ave is about to go away for a little bit because of that situation that happened at with Taxstone.
Oh yeah.
In Renaissance Plaza. Let me pull up what your boy Troy Ave had to say about this situation. He said, "And would you believe, after all the evidence, I still got to go to jail? Sad face. Even though I feel like, quote, it's self-defense, even though I feel like, quote, my friend should have took some of the weight off my shoulders, that ain't the reality. The reality is, in New York, we don't have traditional self-defense. The reality is I'm charged with attempted murder on a person that shot a bunch of innocent people, attempted to murder me, and killed a real one. R.I.P. Banger. I'm charged with possession of his weapon. The reality is that my friends who were in the car were only down for the good times. They weren't down for the bad times. They weren't down to take a gun charge or take gun charges while I took the attempted murder charge and weapons possession. That's when the concept of team became a myth. That's when I realized the streets is a myth. But regardless of all that, I'm going to take whatever comes with this with my chin up and 10 toes down. I hope y'all use me as an example and learn from my mistakes so you or your peoples don't make the same ones. Everybody claims that they real until they put in a real situation. Don't ride for people that's just riding with you and not willing to ride for you. Hashtag RIP Banger. One of the real ones live forever. My sons won't make the same mistakes. Hashtag us, never them. Hashtag free Troy Ave. Hashtag real man. So what do you think about the self-proclaimed real man's comments?
I don't know, man. Like, first of all, like, dope boy Troy, all of a sudden now, when you get into this whole situation now, the streets is a myth now. Okay, whatever. Now, from the original rendition of the story that I heard, which Troy Ave said it went differently, that, you know, Taxstone, they seen each other at Urban Plaza or whatever. Taxstone said it was popping. Boom, boom. Originally, they said that his bodyguard, Banger, pretty much, and rest in peace, Banger, you know, just said, there you go, I'm going to go punch him, whatever the case may be. Boom, boom. Troy Ave gave him a wink, like, go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? So that was the original story. So now Troy Ave is pretty much saying that, nah, it didn't happen like that. He said it happened where, you know, pretty much Taxstone had the gun. He pulled the gun out, was like, what's popping? Was brandishing the gun. And he said instead of him, he used the word fight or flight, running and going. He went to go confront the problem. They got into a scuffle, whatever. His man got shot. Banger got shot. He gets into a scuffle, you know what I mean, with Taxstone, picks up the gun, you know what I mean, starts shooting the gun. As you can see on the camera, Troy Ave is shooting the gun. You never see Taxstone, you know, shooting the gun. My thing is, like, it's just the weird, and I agree with him about the self-defense thing, because if the situation went that way, let's just say that, you know, if Banger and Troy Ave confronted him first, confronted Taxstone first, which who knows really the truth is, he say, she say, then it's like, all right, you kind of asking for trouble. I'm not saying anybody deserves to get killed, but you asking for trouble. Yep. But if you know a nigga got a gun, why the hell you gonna walk up on him and try to fight him or do whatever? To me, that's a little weird. Now, if it went the other way, if it went, you know, where Taxstone was the aggressor, then I agree with Troy Ave. Like, you had to, you know, he shot your peoples. You try to, you know, disarm him, picked up the gun and started dumping. I agree. So it just depends on which way you see the story, which way the story goes. But this playing victim shit, I'm not falling for that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I feel like y'all was both popping shit to each other. Y'all seen each other, and two bulls bump heads, and, you know, one person died. Rest in peace, Banger. Troy got shot and started shooting at people. I mean, it's just an unfortunate incident. But again, when you in that lifestyle and you putting out the type of energy, this is the type of stuff that comes back. Cause they had plenty of words with each other before all this popped off. And I don't know, like how they knew each other was there, or if they just happened to bump into each other. I'm not sure. But that's kind of how I feel about it, man. Because I was just listening to, which is ironic, that Troy Ave is doing an interview on No Jumper after Vlad just went in on Troy Ave, and No Jumper's Vlad's homie. I don't get how this shit work, but you on No Jumper telling your story.
It's because white people run hip hop.
Damn, uh-oh.
Whether y'all like it or not. And argue with me all you want. All y'all do is, anyway, white people run hip hop. Help me out here, right? Because the whole thing started, Taxstone has his podcast, he was talking shit about Troy Ave. Right,
going back with each other, yeah.
Going back and forth. So, whether it was a coincidence or not, they end up in this place.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? But let's just say, for the sake of argument, they talking shit. One had to drop on the other and realize they were there.
Right.
And they went there to confront them. You asking for trouble right off the jump. So, everybody in the whip, everybody, F all that.
Yeah.
F all that. You had a man die, your friend die, because of shit that you had with this dude. So this dude's in the middle trying to defend you, and he ends up losing his life over y'all bullshit. At the end of the day, that's all that fucking matters. Right. You can't put blame on this person or that person. Are New York laws, when it comes to self-defense, fair? Hell no. They ain't fair in New Jersey. They ain't fair in New York. Tri-State area got some of the most unfair gun laws and unfair stand your ground and protection laws that there is, and we all know that. Right. But at the end of the day, if somebody comes into any one of our houses and threatens our shit and we shoot them, we know the consequence of that, right?
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
Yeah, you're going to jail.
So even you defended your life and all that, stand on what it is, do your time, shut the fuck up, and get out. I cannot stand some of these dudes, and I'm not saying that Troy Ave, personally, I can't stand it. I just cannot stand when we talk about such hard demeanors, such street personas, all of this. And then once street shit becomes reality, now we want to jump on the internet and look for sympathy. Now we want to start typing and doing all that shit.
Streets is a myth now. Now we taking a stand and shit, and it's just weird to me, man.
Very weird.
Yeah,
it's very weird, and that's why I never really put that much energy into this situation over the years. Looking at it and watching it, I just never put that much energy to it because it just seemed like it was a lot of bullshit involved. Regardless, you know what I'm saying? Why can't two people that were talking shit? I know we live in a day and age where this just doesn't happen, so it's not reality. I'm just talking shit. But why couldn't they just fight?
Well, they did get into a fight.
Who won?
I don't know.
Should have left it at that.
Right.
Well, we got to kill each other. But
yeah.
Now you got two people going to jail. One person may spend the rest of his life in jail, and one person doesn't have a life.
But like you said, they got into a fight, but one guy had the gun. Instead of them just going out back and fighting, he got the gun. Somebody shoot the gun, pick it. You know what I mean? It's just like that gun shit, man. It's like, come on, man. But then again, that's the element that these guys, are from. Mm-hmm. You know, Taxstone from the streets or whatnot. Troy Ave supposedly from the street, even though streets is a myth now. This is the element that you're running into. It's a show. I think it was T.I. show, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Motherfuckers there strapped. And it's like.
And you've been saying the streets are the myth for years. Like after the situation happened, you've been saying the streets are a myth. So now that you got to go to jail, the streets are now a myth again? No, they've been there. You knew that. Stand on that, bro.
Right.
You knew them whoever was in that car with you wasn't taking shit for you.
Of course.
Wasn't happening. If they were, they would have been did it. That wasn't happening.
Right.
So question the loyalty around you too. Question the loyalty around your circle. And don't put nobody in a situation where they got to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that ain't fair. Like, if me and you go out and I have beef with somebody, one, I know you're going to ride.
Right.
But who am I to put you in a situation where I got to be like, yo, bro, can you take this charge for me? No, that's my shit.
Yeah.
That was my beef, my thing. Some unfortunate situations went down. I got to stand on that. I'm not going to take you away from your family because you happen to ride with me that day and you happen to defend me on that day. No, I got to take that. That's on me. That's some real shit. But now you want other people to take things for you because, what, are you the cash cow of the team? Like, fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, like I said, we don't know how to, like, it's a one version of the story that they which Troy Ave doesn't say that. He says it's not true, that they instigated the situation. Or not instigated it, but, like, furthered it. Like, me and you, we go somewhere, he start popping shit with a gun. Instead of me saying, all right, fuck it, I walk over to him and see what the smoke is. Or you my bodyguard, you go over there and punch him in his face and shit.
Yeah. And
I walk over there. You know what I mean? So it's like so many different renditions of the story. But nevertheless, man, somebody passed away. And now you probably got two people going to jail over this shit. So nobody really won here.
How long you think he's going to do? Because was there any inclination that he was going to do time? Like, did you have an idea?
I thought. Yeah, I thought at one point I thought that he was going to get off. get like not time served, but get something real light, like a slap on the wrist for his cooperation.
Right.
He cooperated. You know what I mean, on the stand or whatever, and told the whole story. But you know, I don't know.
He said because he cooperated.
He did.
Because he ratted.
He told the whole story.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what it is. I mean, and a lot of it was on camera, so I don't, but I'm not here to call him a rat and nothing like that. But hey, y'all can say what y'all want in the comments.
Yeah, y'all will.
Yeah.
Just stand on your own shit. Don't bring anybody else into your bullshit. Don't cry and play victim now, like you said, because things didn't go your way. You knew the laws of New York. You knew the consequences that could have came from this. Stand on your shit. Let it be an example, like you said at the end. Make sure your kids don't do the same dumb shit you did, like you said at the end, and keep it moving, bro.
Right. Well, let's talk about somebody who's definitely looks like they're going to be standing on their square. Sue Surf. Shout out to Jersey's own Sue Surf. He admitted just the other day to violating New Jersey's racketeer influence and corrupt organizations, or better known as RICO. Last Thursday, he pretty much pleaded guilty to 2 counts of racketeering, conspiracy, and possession of firearms and ammunition as a convicted felon. As you know, man, he's facing some serious time. A maximum sentence of about 20 years in prison, for the charge. And he pleaded guilty the other day. Shout out to Sue, man. Love his music. Love him as a battle rapper. This is tough, though. What you think?
One of my favorites, obviously from Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to meet him. Real cool brother. Down to earth dude. Obviously was in the street doing his thing and got caught. And now he's standing on his toes and he's doing his time.
Right.
You don't want to see it. You don't want to see that man get decades taken away from his life from things that we deem sometimes unfair when it comes to these RICO charges and things like that. Now, we don't know exactly what he was out here doing, how he was out here running, but we know when they try to box these organized crimes and it's a clique of group of people that may be out here distributing, selling some drugs, doing whatever the case may be, but it's not John Gotti out here in organized crime running Chicago and doing all this crazy shit, right? So we don't know how fair or foul it is. But I agree with you, man. I just it sucks that he has to go behind bars in due time for something that we've seen a lot of hip hop artists currently go through. Let it be a lesson. Them motherfuckers got eyes on you. They watching you. So whatever you got going on prior to you creating a career for yourself and a lifestyle for yourself that you work so hard in getting out of that. Once you get out of that life, stay out of that life.
Right.
And leave it as far away as possible, because who wants to grind and hustle, get to where they want to get as far as a career, have all the things in life that they want, but for some reason can't let go of that other side, and then you got to throw all that away and sit in a box because you just couldn't throw that other shit away. I
think a lot of it's like, man, it's like, cause pretty much they saying that from 2015 to 2022 that he held a leadership role in the Rolling 60 neighborhood Crips. I think a lot of these dudes is born like this is they friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your friends happen to be Blood, your friends happen to be Crips, and you're doing your thing, and you kind of just grow up with them. You grow up in that element, you grow up with them, so you're not going to like stop fucking with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But there does have to be some type of separation.
Yeah.
Like, like, yo, like, all right, I'm on now. Not to say that he 100% made it, but I'll say he made it.
Yeah.
Household name, top battle rapper, top rapper. One of the few battle rappers that can actually really rap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you got to try to separate that and put, like you said, put that shit to the side, man. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like he did that. And he's going to have to spend some time in jail, man. Hopefully, they don't hit him too hard with the sentence, but we'll keep you updated, when he is sentenced, though.
Let me ask you this. He pled guilty.
Right.
Does that hold any positive effect on him? We've seen AR Rap take it to trial, obviously lose, and he got the sentence he got. Will this help Sue Surf by pleading guilty?
It probably depends. It really just depends, on what they want to hit him with. Because now that you pleaded guilty, now they can hit you with the maximum if they want to. But since you saved them, time and money,
Yeah.
and I don't know if he's going to cooperate. I have no word on whether he's going to
Hopefully not.
Right. Hopefully not. But if they give him a deal, not to say this situation was similar to Umi, but like a deal where, all right, we was going to give you 20, we'll give you 12.
Yeah.
We'll give you 10. It just depends. It's like every case is different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would think that it would definitely, help, as opposed to you going there and fighting it and taking all the resources up and the money and They got to put all the attorneys in there, and they probably spending millions of dollars on these trials. Have to pay attorneys and all this and that shit. You know, even though it's taxpayers' money, but you know, as opposed to you just saying, "Fuck it, I'm guilty. Give me my sentence."
What if, and we don't know, I'm throwing out a hypothetical. What if he pled guilty because he didn't want to take it to trial and he didn't want whoever to bleed out any of his members and potentially rat on him anyway? What if he tried to avoid the pain of knowing, so I got some weak people in my thing. If I fight this, I'm going to have to look at some of my brothers and realize they told on me.
You know it. They probably, who knows? I don't know how deep. I didn't look deep in it. They probably already started.
All right.
You know what I mean? You know what's going to happen.
Right.
Guaranteed 100%. There's very few people where that didn't happen. And usually those people are the ones that get off.